Hello, my challenge today is to see how quickly I can get to the beach and take a dip in the sea. I'm visiting an airfield on the south coast of England that is so close to the coastline, I reckon I can land my plane and be in the sea within 5 minutes. Welcome to the Flying Reporter Aerodrome Review.
Today I'm heading to Leon Solent Airfield in Gosport, Hampshire, about 5 miles west of Portsmouth, which is home to the Royal Navy. As you can see, the seafront is right at the end of the runway, and it has to be one of the closest airfields to a beach, so today I'm going to be making the most of that.
I'm dressed ready. I have my Crocs, my swim shorts, my Hawaiian shirt. I've got a change of clothes, a beach towel. Of all the ideas I've had, this must be one of the craziest. It's not very warm outside at the moment. It's barely, whoa, let's have a look, 10 degrees Celsius. But strangely, at this time of the year, sea temperatures aren't that cold. It's sort of towards the end of September when I'm filming this, and the temperatures have peaked and they're just starting to come down again now. So hopefully I'll survive today without getting hypothermia.
There is a point to all of this. It's a good way, I think, to really demonstrate on video how close Leon Solent Airport is to the beach, but we have to land first.
Flying into Leon Solent is actually fairly straightforward. I mean, if we have a look at the chart here, you can see a couple of things to note. Firstly, it's got a conjoined ATZ, so a slimmed down version of the ATZ to the east because of Fleetland's helicopter site there. So you have to watch your turn onto base onto 2-3. It's also quite close to Solent controlled airspace, so to the north the base of that is at 3,000 feet, to the west 2,000 feet. So I think the thing about this is, you know, obviously you're going to plan your join, but if something doesn't quite work out, you need to be mindful of your height and altitude if you start straying off to the west because of traffic or whatever else. The wind today is from the west, sort of northwest. I'm expecting them to be on runway 23, but we shall see how we go. The information, Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, 11 miles to the east. Request aerodrome information, inbound.
Golf Bravo Mike India Victor, information, good morning. Runway news is 23 right hand circuit, speed QFE 1000.
23 right hand circuit, QFE 1000. Golf India Victor.
Golf India Victor, are we looking to join the circuit, please?
My intention is to join downwind runway 23 right hand, Golf India Victor.
Golf India Victor, roger. Traffic is 2 operating the local area. For configure Escort 4306 and report passing the Spinnaker Tower.
4306, Wilco, Golf India Victor. So the two joins that they like here are for runway 23. If you're coming from the north, then it's a right base for 23 normally, but obviously you've got to be careful of Solent's airspace and Fleetland's. From the south, west and east, it's a downwind join for runway 23, and what I tend to do when I come here is I go out mid-Solent and plan my arrival depending on traffic and scoot in when I can. They have warbird circuits on the south/east side of the airfield at 1200 feet, so making a crosswind join doesn't always work, but you can do those joins if traffic permits. Golf India Victor, 2 miles south of beam, the Spinnaker Tower, height 1,500 feet, positioning mid-Solent to join downwind, right hand 23.
Golf India Victor, roger, thank you. Report joining downwind, right hand 23. Traffic is C42 inbound from the north.
Wilco, Golf India Victor. Tend to make use of all the space we've got here to time your arrival. That's how it works. In my experience, that's what I found coming in here. So you can obviously orbit round here anywhere and then position downwind when traffic permits that.
The neighbours around Leon Solent are very noise sensitive, and I'm afraid the locals get very upset if you don't fly the published circuit. They've even resorted in the past to tracking down aircraft owners from G-Info and sending them unpleasant letters. If you don't want that kind of hassle, follow the published circuit and avoid the built-up areas. And if you're concerned that your address is on the public G-Info register for anyone to see, then why not sign up for an AOPA membership? AOPA UK offers a service whereby you can use their address as the registered address of the aircraft. They then forward on any correspondence to you. If you'd like to take advantage of this service, it's free for those with a 2-year AOPA UK membership and just £20 a year for those with a 1-year membership. Better still, if you use my dedicated link to sign up, you'll get a 25% discount on your AOPA membership. So why not take up that offer today?
When I turn right in a minute, you'll see the perfect downwind position and you'll see the noise abatement area quite clearly, and it's actually not as hard as you'd think. So you've got a built-up area over to the right there,
Golf India Tango,
with a slight bit of water there, and then some beach huts right there. If you go to the left of the beach huts over the field here, that will position you to the west of this built-up area here.
Update you on their position.
Golf India Victor is just entering the ATZ from the southwest, height 1,200 feet, descending onto the downwind leg, right-hand 23. The northbound traffic, what was their position?
India Victor, C42 from the north, stand by for an update on their position. India Tango, just take any position. Yeah, we're just past Wickham. We're not yet at the motorway, and we are looking out. We are 1,100 feet. Thank you. India Victor, yeah, I believe you're well ahead. He's just past Wickham, joining from the north.
Roger, we're right-hand downwind 23 now, Golf India Victor.
Lovely, there's no reported circuit traffic ahead. Report final runway 23.
Wilco, Golf India Victor. So you can see that we're approaching the built-up area here, just to the north, and what we're going to do is we're going to curve round.
Roger, report lined up.
So we're keeping clear of the built-up area to the right. We're going to turn shortly on an early right base, on a curved right base, to avoid this here. And it's going to be quite a tight base to final turn, so I'm going to get the flaps out ready. Okay, so I'm turning early now.
Golf India Tango, crossing the motorway. We're still looking out, we're not visual yet. Got it. Golf India Tango, I am. The Cherokee's just turning onto base leg now. Golf Charlie November, runway 23, take up your discretion, 270 degrees 9 knots.
Taking off 23, Golf Charlie November.
Yeah, Golf India Tango is visual and we're well clear, thank you. India Tango, Roger, yeah, 1 ahead, base leg, report final in turn.
Basically, as long as you avoid the built-up areas, you're fine, and it's pretty well carved out, so quite easy to see. Reds, blues, and we have 3 greens. Full flat now. It's a reasonably tight to base, tight to final turn. I got it to final 2-3 to land.
Copy, Victor, Roger, runway 23, land your discretion, the 270 degrees 9 knots, a Ninja ahead in the climb now.
Golf India Victor.
Golf India Tango, just turned right base for 2-3. India Tango, Roger, thanks, 1 ahead, short final to land, report final in turn.
I'll land a bit deep to help out the aircraft that's on right base.
Golf on Foxtrot Juliet Romeo, readability 5, runway news 23 right hand, QNH 1002. Just hold position for me please, we've got a visiting aircraft landing to taxi down Alpha shortly. Hold position 1002, 23 right hand in use, Golf Juliet Romeo. Golf India Victor, very warm welcome to the taxi to the very end of the runway, it's left down Alpha taxiway. There's grass parking available on the left as you come through the hold.
Okay, left Alpha and parking on the left, Golf India Victor. This grass is a little bit lumpy, and they've got a picture on their website showing where the visitor parking is, which is the second row here.
Right, engines off, start the stopwatch. Right, let's go. Normal Flying Reporter Aerodrome review service will resume shortly, but first, how long does it take to get to the beach after landing? While you enjoy this brief comedic interlude, it gives me the opportunity to let you know that I'll be attending the Private Flyer Fest at Wickham Air Park in May. Not only that, I'll be the MC on the show's live lounge stage. The show takes place on Friday and Saturday the 17th and 18th of May. Tickets are available now. In fact, as a follower of The Flying Reporter, you can get your ticket for just £5. That's a whopping £10 discount. Just go to the show website and use the code TFR. I look forward to seeing you there in May.
The one downside to Leon Solent is it's a pebbly beach, but actually, do you know what? That was jolly refreshing. It's not as cold as you'd think it would be. So there you are, from touchdown to splashdown, 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Excellent.
On the 16th of March this year, I'm planning an ambitious challenge. That day there are exactly 12 hours between sunrise and sunset, and I intend to land at 12 airfields in those 12 hours, raising at least £1,200 for the Airability charity. At each stop, with the exception of those indicated, I'll be holding a fan speed dating exercise, meeting as many of you as I can in a short 25-minute meet-up marathon. I'll be handing out signed photos, posing for selfies with you and collecting donations in return. Take a look at the route and estimated landing times, put the date in your diary, then come and meet me in person and support the fundraiser. If you can't meet me on the day, you can donate now on my Just Giving page. The link is on the screen and the video description. There's been flying at Leon Solent since 1917. It was a base for the Royal Naval Air Service, opened as a seaplane training school and eventually took a major role in World War II, apparently being the busiest airfield on D-Day. It's currently owned by the local authority, Fareham Borough Council, but it's operated by regional and city airports. The airfield manager is Martin Francis.
So I've already taken a dip in the sea, which is literally just there.
Yeah.
That must be a big selling point for you.
Absolutely, certainly in the summer, especially in the summer, we've got a lot of visitors coming down just to visit the beach. It is literally a 5-minute walk straight onto the seafront.
You've got to be the closest airfield, or one of the closest airfields
I think
to
we've
a
got
beach.
to be, yeah. I think we've got to be.
I can't think of any. I mean, I
No.
landed on Barra the other week,
Yeah.
up in Scotland, which is a beach.
Yeah.
But in terms of an airfield that isn't a beach, that is close to a beach, I think you must be it. I mean, what type of airfield are you trying to be? Because you work for regional and city airports. They run some big airfields,
Yes,
Exeter, Coventry, Bournemouth.
And Norwich, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
there's you. You're a bit different.
We are, yeah. I don't think we're trying to be anything in particular. We're looking at quality over quantity, I suppose. We're looking at higher yield aircraft. We are a GA airport at the end of the day, and that is our bread and butter. So that's where we will stay. But we are trying to explore corporate traffic, the charter aircraft, etc.
Let's run through some practicalities. So I visited and I've parked, as people will have seen, on the grass there.
Yeah.
Can we use our sort of screw in for tie downs on there?
Absolutely, yeah. No issue with screwing tie downs on there.
And hangarage, if I need to weather a storm out or whatever, or I've got wooden aircraft, is there any availability?
So we've got, as the airport operator, we have managed hangarage, which we have under my control. There's limited spaces on that, but if we know in advance that we can arrange that. There are plans for more hangars to be built anyway by the landowner, by the airport owner, Fareham Borough Council. So there's always flexibility with us. We can arrange that.
And if if you don't like grass, and some of my followers don't like taxiing on grass, you have a bit of tarmac out the front, not a lot.
No, we've got the tower apron, which is directly in front of the tower. We also have hard standing around the airport,
right?
And we've got our own vehicle. We can pick up and collect crew as they need.
And I suppose if you're a disabled aviator, you would park on the apron outside of the tower there, and it's all disabled friendly going through.
Absolutely, yeah. We are DDA compliant. We've got a regular visitor with Airability from Blackbush who regularly park on the hard standing and operate with us.
What about PPR, high visibility? What about those things?
We are PPR mandatory.
Yeah.
That's just to aid our planning because of the complexity of the airspace around us and how busy we get. However, we do occasionally have the drop-ins, which we will, as I said, we are flexible, so we will adhere to that. High vis, we recommend it. We're not high vis mandatory, but we do recommend high visibility.
Now I hear you've got grand plans for the place, or the council does.
Yeah.
You operate for the council, the airfield. What are the plans then?
So we've got Aerodrome ground lighting, which is going in hopefully this year. Performance-based navigation, we've just done the very early stages of that with the CAA. We're hoping to get that in within the next 2 years.
For both runways or one?
Hopefully for both runways. We've got a little bit of work to do with Fleetlands because we've obviously got that conjoined ATZ.
Yeah.
But that's ongoing.
And you're a FISO,
Yeah.
which is slightly better than an air to ground, but
Yeah.
obviously it's new territory for the UK, isn't it? All of this.
Absolutely, yeah. We are following suit with a couple of other aerodromes that have done it. So we are looking at what they've done to get any hints and tips. But it's breaking new ground.
I'm going to be exploring what the local area has to offer in a moment, but if people do want to stop over for the weekend and need to get some onward travel, what are the options?
So we can order taxis for any visitor. They can put that on their PPR. If they want a taxi on arrival, the taxi will then be waiting at the reception for them. Also, there's a short walk away on the Lee seafront. There's a bus that goes straight into Fareham Town. At Fareham Town Centre, then you've got the train station.
But if you catch the X5 bus from the stop just outside the airport and head to Gosport, other delights await you. From Gosport you can catch the ferry over to the city of Portsmouth. The whole round trip, Lyon-Solent to Portsmouth, will cost you less than a tenner, and it takes about an hour each way if you time it right. But there's so much to do and see in Portsmouth. There's the Spinnaker Tower with great views of the harbour. The historic Dockyard Museum. I visited the Mary Rose exhibition and saw the remains of King Henry VIII's sunken warship and boarded HMS Alliance, the only remaining World War II era submarine. I revisited Lyon-Solent and Portsmouth just a few weeks ago during Bertie's half-term, and we were fortunate to see the Royal Navy's Prince of Wales aircraft carrier depart on a NATO exercise. After seeing the warship set sail from the quayside, we returned to the airfield, took off in India Victor and intercepted the carrier in the English Channel, which was a novel experience. There's a video covering that whole trip showing now on my Supporters Club channel. Go and join the Supporters Club to see that fun bonus feature. While in Portsmouth, I spent a night at the Holiday Inn Express in Gun Wharf Quays. Reasonably priced, comfortable and clean. Gun Wharf Quays is an attraction in itself. Plenty of designer shops, bars, restaurants, a bowling alley and cinema. But let's say you don't have enough time on your visit to Lyon-Solent to venture too far, as I have done here. There's an attraction right on the airfield's doorstep that takes you back in time. The Hovercraft Museum. With more than 50 machines on display, it's the world's largest collection of hovercraft. The Princess Anne is the biggest commercial hovercraft ever built and served for more than 33 years as a fast cross-channel ferry between Dover in the UK and Calais in France. She could carry up to 60 cars and more than 400 passengers. From the big and small, the weird and wonderful, there's so much to see here, and some of these relics are even movie stars. The Osprey 5 was used in the James Bond film Die Another Day. The museum is open Saturdays from 10 until 4 and adult tickets cost £8. Back at the airport, and the cafe at 05 was a convenient place for me to grab a snack before setting off back for home. Before leaving though, I had time to take a quick tour of the airfield, finding on-site businesses such as Bournemouth Avionics, AT Aviation Aircraft Brokers, engineering company Echo 4 and flying schools Phoenix Aviation, Euroflight and the Hampshire Aero Club. Landing fees, by the way, can be paid at the airfield reception or by BACS bank transfer. I think we've pretty much covered everything. What a packed Aerodrome review this has been. Well, it's been a busy and fulfilling visit to Lyon-Solent. Swimming, shopping and sightseeing all in one day. Have you visited Lyon-Solent before? Why not share your experiences in the video comments? And if you'd like me to visit your airfield, then please ask your airfield owner or manager to get in contact with me. I have one last thing to ask you before I go. Please hit the subscribe and like buttons. It really does help a great deal if you do. Fly safely, my friends, and I'll see you here soon. Bye for now.